Sorry guys, but we got episode 54 prepped already. Let's go. Texas #1 burrito. For over 30 plus years, we've served Texas-inspired monster-sized burritos, salads and bowls and Texas-inspired recipes with It's Your World service, which is why we are known as Texas #1 burrito. A taste of Texas in every bite. Inspiration, preparation, ingredients, culture, and flavors, all drawn from Texas culinary heritage, marinated and grilled to perfection. You won't find it anywhere else. Keto, paleo, low carb, or vegan, we've got you covered. Oh, and you can cover everything in our legendary Queso Blanco if you want to. Texans have always done things their own way. It's your world at Freebirds. We're just cooking in it. More signature proteins and ingredients than any other burritos joint. Real fanatics know about our secret off-menu size, Super Monster. Coming to a Texas town near you. We are growing in Texas. We have 60 plus locations open today with more on the way because of you. Follow us on social to see the new locations we're opening around Austin, Houston, Dallas and San Antonio. If you want a Freebirds in your neighborhood, just slide into our DMs. And there's a fucking difference about Firebirds. Gather by the fire. There's nothing quite as welcoming as a fiery, and nothing gets mouths watering like wood fire grilling. That's why we use an open flame to cook. Pretty much everything. Whether you're craving hand-cut steak, fresh seafood, locally sourced vegetables, or simply a break from the ordinary, this is your place. A burning fire. Firebirds to go. Takeout, curbside, and delivery options available. $10 OFF. Your next meal. Join the inner circle for exclusive offers, a gift on your birthday, and $10 off, simply for becoming an insider. Share the warmth. Firebirds gift cards are easy to buy, can be redeemed at any location, and always spark something special. A crackling wood fire, the sizzle of the grill, and the spark of great conversation. Those aren't just the ingredients for a great meal, they're the soul of Firebirds. You see, we're a restaurant dedicated to the world's oldest and most satisfying method of cooking. From Firebirds' locally sourced hardwoods to its unique cooking techniques, everything Firebirds does honors the power of the flame. Because wood-fired grilling brings people together, and its bold flavors set Firebirds apart. So be our guests. We know that once you pull up a chair that first time, you'll be back. And we can't wait. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. We're a proud partner of Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, working together to fight childhood cancer, one cup at a time. That means that every time someone orders lemonade, we donate $1.25 to Alex's Lemonade Stand. And because there's something irresistible about a good old-fashioned lemonade stand, we put up our own for Alex's Lemonade Days. To date, we've donated more than $3.5 million, and that number just keeps growing. So next time you visit us, be sure to ask for a glass of fresh squeezed lemonade. You can also donate here.
+200 funny grandma puns that will make you giggle. Iris inverted question mark. Get ready to laugh and tickle your funny bone with this collection of over 200 grandma puns that will have you in stitches. Grandmas are known for their wisdom, love, and undeniable charm, not to mention their penchant for delivering some seriously hilarious one-liners. Whether you're a grandma yourself or just appreciate the humor that comes from grandparenting, these puns are sure to make you giggle. From clever wordplay to witty punchlines, there's something here to tickle everyone's funny bone. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained by these grandma puns that are bound to leave you smiling. Grandma puns that will leave you rolling. Editor's pick, 1. My grandma used to knit me sweaters. She sure was a stitch. 2. Did you hear about the grandma who became a baker? She needed all her life. 3. My grandma never wears gloves when she cooks. She likes her hands to be oven mitted. 4. When it's cold outside, my grandma keeps her feet warm with some granny socks. 5. I asked my grandma if she could help me with my homework. She said she would give it a triangle. 6. My grandma loves gardening. She's always talking about how she's turned up the soil. 7. My grandma is a big fan of puzzles. She always tries to find the missing piece. 8. My grandma loves going to the beach. She's always on the lookout for a good feast. 9. My grandma loves baking pies. She always has a tried and trustworthy recipe. 10. My grandma says she's going to dye her hair purple. I think she's just plumb crazy. 11. I asked my grandma why she always carries a ladder. She said she likes to raise the bar. 12. My grandma loves telling jokes. She's a real grandmaster of comedy. 13. My grandma loves plants so much, she's even got a green thumb on her granny finger. 14. When my grandma falls asleep, you could say she's napping out of it. 15. My grandma loves fishing. She always says it's a real good time. 16. My grandma loves singing. She's like a hip old opera star. 17. When my grandma laughs, she's got a real wisecrack sense of humor. 18. My grandma loves going for long walks. She's got some great stamina. 19. My grandma loves to paint. She's so talented, she's a grand artist. 20. My grandma loves playing cards. She's always trying to shuffle the deck in her favor. Grandma's got jokes, one-liner puns. 1. My grandma always knits me socks. She's really a heel of a woman. 2. My grandma loves gardening. She's got quite the green thumb, or should I say, green fingers. 3. I asked my grandma how she stays so fit and healthy. She said, I've always been a grandbody. 4. My grandma is always watching her favorite TV shows. She's the ultimate Game of Thrones fan. 5. My grandma has a lot of cats. You could say she's a perfect grandma. 6. My grandma loves baking pies. She's truly a pioneer in the kitchen. 7. My grandma is always up for an adventure. She never says no to a grand trip. 8. My grandma loves winter. She's always ready to grandly in the snow. 9. My grandma always has the best jokes. She's a true graham cracker. 10. I told my grandma I was feeling chilly, and she said, well, bundle up, you little nana. 11. My grandma loves playing cards. She's always up for a grand slam game of poker. 12. My grandma is always giving good advice. She's like a grandmother. 13. My grandma loves birds. You could say she's a sweet grandma. 14. My grandma loves to dance. She's the grand dancer on the dance floor. 15. My grandma has a lot of stories to tell. She's a true grandmaestro of storytelling. 16. My grandma loves taking pictures. She's a shutter grandma. 17. My grandma is a great cook. She's a true grand chef in the kitchen. 18. My grandma always has a sweet tooth. She's a grandy connoisseur of desserts. 19. My grandma loves watching cooking shows. She's a grand connoisseur of good food. 20. My grandma loves puzzles. She's a true grandmaster at solving them. Advertisement. Sugar and spice. Question and answer puns with grandma. 1. Why didn't grandma bring a ladder to the bakery? Because she heard they had high turnover. 2. What did the grandma say when she won the lottery? Now I can finally afford to have my buns done. 3. How does grandma greet her neighbors? With her broken conditioner. 4. Why didn't grandma start a band? Because she wanted to make some dough. 5. What's grandma's favorite exercise? Push-ups a broken bar off the couch. 6. Why didn't grandma become a comedian? Because she wanted to keep her grandkids in stitches. 7. How did grandma respond when asked about her favorite type of music? Grand Old Opera. 8. Why didn't grandma become the dance choreographer? She had all the right moves and aching joints. 9. What did grandma say when she found out she was trending on social media? Well, I guess I'm the grandma now. 10. How did grandma respond when asked if she knew any magic tricks? Of course, I can make all your applesauce disappear. 11. Why did the grandma carry a golf club in her purse, in case she ever needed a fairway to heaven? 12. What's grandma's favorite flower? Forget-me-nots. 13. Why did the grandma refuse to use elevators? She preferred to take the stairway to heaven. 14. How did grandma react when she found out she was the queen of a small town? She said, call me Grand Dame. 15. What did grandma say when she saw a pun contest? Well, It's time to bring my A-game and granny those judges' attention. 16. Why did the grandma always travel with a sewing kit, in case she needed hem skirts for emergency stops? 17. What's grandma's favorite ice cream flavor? Rocky wrote a broken bar, she's seen it all. 18. Why did the grandma become the detective? She had a knack for sniffing out clues and baking cookies. 19. How did grandma respond when asked about her aging skin? Well, sweetie, wrinkles are just the roadmap to all the stories I've lived. 20. Why did the grandma enroll in an improv class? Because she wanted to be a slam gram and always have a witty comeback. Getting grandma got jokes, double entendre puns. 1. My grandma always had a twinkle in her eye, and it wasn't from her dentures. 2. Grandma's cookies are always served warm, just like her hugs. 3. My grandma gets giddy every time she hears about a knitting circle. Must be the needle action. 4. Grandma loves her speed dating club. She's known for her quick pickup lines. 5. Grandma's famous pie crust recipe? Let's just say she knew how to handle her dough. 6. My grandma always has a firm grip on a cane. She's not one to let go easily. 7. Grandma's hugs are so tight, they make you forget about any body image issues. 8. Grandma really knows how to spice up a conversation. She always brings up herbs in unexpected places. 9. My grandma loves gardening. She can really make those blooms come to life. 10. Grandma has a soft spot for technology. She's always up for a Netflix and chill session. 11. My grandma swears by her morning coffee. It keeps her perky all day long. 12. Grandma's cooking secrets. Let's just say she knows how to handle a juicy sausage. 13. Grandma's fashion sense is legendary. She can really rock those leopard print panties. 14. My grandma's love life. Oh, it's like a game of hide and seek with her toy boyfriends. 15. Grandma loves to party. She's always the life of the cocktail hour. 16. My grandma's DIY skills are something else. She's always experimenting with woodwork. 17. Grandma has a knack for dancing. She knows how to ass shake that booty. 18. My grandma's dating app profile? Let's just say she's quite adept at swiping right. 19. Grandma loves a good crossword puzzle. She knows how to fill in all the clues. 20. My grandma's hobbies include pottery making. She's a master of playing with clay. Advertisement. Grandma's ink puns. Laughing with grandma's idioms. 1. My grandma is always cooking up a storm, but she really takes the cake. 2. Don't underestimate my grandma. She's got lots of tricks up her sleeve. 3. My grandma is always up to her eyeballs in fun activities. 4. My grandma always says she's got one foot in the grave, but I think she's just pulling my leg. 5. My grandma is not afraid to throw caution to the wind and let loose. 6. My grandma's got a heart of gold, but she's as stubborn as a mule. 7. My grandma loves to share all her wisdom. You could say she's a real open book. 8. My grandma's always saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. 9. My grandma's a real chatterbox. She could talk the hind leg off a donkey. 10. My grandma's always got money to burn. She's a real big spender. 11. My grandma always says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 12. My grandma is a real go-getter. She's always chasing rainbows. 13. My grandma's outlook on life is always half full, never half empty. 14. My grandma loves to go with the flow. She's as easy as Sunday morning. 15. My grandma's got more secrets than a Swiss cheese has holes. 16. My grandma always says, there's no use crying over spilled milk. 17. My grandma's a night owl. You can see she's burning the midnight oil. 18. My grandma's got a green thumb. She's always growing something new. 19. My grandma's a real firecracker. She's got a spark that can't be extinguished. 20. My grandma's always telling me about how the early bird catches the worm. Advertisement. Grandmalicious, pun juxtaposition. 1. My grandma started a rock band, but she's not a fan of heavy metal, she prefers rocking chairs. 2. My grandma bought a yacht last week, but don't worry, she won't be going on any rapids with it. 3. Grandma wanted to go skydiving, but she refused to fall for it. 4. My grandma loves gardening so much, she must have a green thumb, a broken bar, and every other color as well. 5. Grandma decided to become a computer programmer because she wanted to make some bite-sized treats. 6. My grandma became a professional wrestler, but her signature move is a hug slam. 7. Grandma started a bakery, but she only bakes loaf chairs and muffin tops. 8. My grandma wanted to join the circus as a tightrope walker, but she couldn't find the time to balance her schedule. 9. Grandma decided to take up archery, but she kept getting distracted by her arrow ache. 10. My grandma loves to travel but prefers to go by train because she gets to choose her own adventure. 11. Grandma became an artist, but she can't seem to draw a straight walker. 12. My grandma started her own fashion line, specializing in shawls knitted from tiger's eye beads. 13. Grandma joined a dance group but ended up leading the shuffleboard squad. 14. My grandma signed up for a marathon, but her favorite part was the couch watching afterward. 15. Grandma decided to become a detective, but she always offers suspects a cup of tea and cookies, accidentally turning them into confessing their crimes. 16. Grandma got a pet bird, but it constantly refuses to follow her bird-brained orders. 17. My grandma opened a restaurant that only serves mashed potatoes, and is called Galore to the Core. 18. Grandma tried her hand at becoming a stand-up comedian, but her punchlines were always followed by her theatrical punch. 19. My grandma decided to become a tattoo artist, specializing in temporary tattoos made with invisible ink. 20. Grandma thought she could become a famous scientist but quickly realized she couldn't cipher out any of those formulas. Advertisement. Grandma take punt, making Granny names Silly and Sweet 1, Grandmarnier 2, Anita Baker 3, Martha Stewart 4, Betty Crocker 5, Gladys Knight 6, Nana Bread 7, Granny Smith 8, Grand Magical 9, Grammysaurus 10, Mimi Cookies 11, Tutti Frutti Nanny 12, Florence Knighting Grandma 13, Vera Wangster 14, Grandma Scissorhands 15, Gloria Dior 16, Granny Cash 17, Queen Elizabeth 18, Granny Spice 19, Granny Gaga 20, Martha Stew Grandma. Advertisement. Granny's Giggly Mix-Ups 1. My grandma always brings me sage wax. 2. Granny's famous cookies are always a light Prues. 3. My grandma is a real sweetheart bake. 4. Grandma's hugs are always bunny fugs. 5. My granny has a special love for wiper clings. 6. Grandma's knitting is always mucking smajak. 7. When granny's angry, it's best to wisp quietly. 8. My grandpa loves eating nunny flutes for breakfast. 9. Granny's favorite flower is a blues blossom. 10. My grandma's musical talent lies in playing the clarinet. 11. Granny's favorite movie is Warcraft. 12. Grandma's tea parties are always full of mugs and giggles. 13. My granny enjoys reading Posh Pit. 14. Grandma's cooking always has a touch of Tranjing. 15. Granny's favorite game is Waddy Gourds. 16. My grandma's gardening skills are truly tremendous. 17. Granny is a real expert at solving jigsaw puzzles. She's a Frigsoreker. 18. Grandma loves to go bashing Swoggle. 19. My granny's favorite song is Belinging in the Ner. 20. Grandma's fashion sense is always mucking fagnificent. Punificent Grandma Tom Swifties 1. I love spending time with my grandma, Tom said fondly. 2. This apple pie tastes absolutely delicious, Tom said grannily. 3. I wish my grandma could hear better, Tom said faintly. 4. My grandma's pumpkin pie recipe is a family treasure, Tom said closely. 5. My grandma is the best baker in town, Tom said sweetly. 6. I can't wait to show my grandma this photo of us together, Tom said happily. 7. My grandma gives the warmest hugs, Tom said warmly. 8. Sometimes my grandma can be quite forgetful, Tom said absent-mindedly. 9. My grandma loves telling stories about the good old days, Tom said nostalgically. 10. My grandma's sense of humor is hilarious, Tom said jokingly. 11. I love how my grandma always keeps calm, Tom said composedly. 12. My grandma has an incredible green thumb, Tom said growingly. 13. My grandma knits like a pro, Tom said knittily. 14. My grandma's cookies are always perfectly crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside, Tom said bakingly. 15. My grandma's house is always so neat and tidy, Tom said orderly. 16. My grandma's garden is filled with beautiful flowers, Tom said blossomingly. 17. I miss my grandma's warm and cozy house, Tom said homesickly. 18. My grandma's laughter is contagious, Tom said infectiously. 19. My grandma's stories are never boring, Tom said excitedly. 20. My grandma's hugs are incredibly comforting, Tom said reassuringly. Contradictory granny jokes, oxymoronic puns. 1. Grandma's secret recipe, sugarless cookies with extra sweetness. 2. Grandma's chilling stories, heartwarming tales of adventure. 3. Grandma's wild knitting, calms everyone down. 4. Grandma's crazy car, drives at a snail's pace. 5. Grandma's silent chats, she always has the last word. 6. Grandma's messy tidiness, stacks of organized chaos. 7. Grandma's cold hot chocolate, warms the soul. 8. Grandma's daring caution, takes risks with caution. 9. Grandma's speedy sloth, wins all the races. 10. Grandma's controlled chaos, a tranquil whirlwind. 11. Grandma's flexible routine, predictably unpredictable. 12. Grandma's rebellious obedience, always follows the rules. 13. Grandma's elegant clumsiness, dances with poise. 14. Grandma's muted laughter, the sound that echoes. 15. Grandma's sharp softness, gentle with a cutting edge. 16. Grandma's fierce tenderness, a gentle force to reckon with. 17. Grandma's unpredictable reliability, consistently surprising. 18. Grandma's organized chaos, finds everything in a mess. 19. Grandma's controlled spontaneity, surprises within limits. 20. Grandma's serene chaos, peaceful disorder. Recursive grandma jokes. Grandma punception. 1. I asked my grandma if she wanted to hear a joke. She said, "Sure, I'm all ears." I replied, "Well, actually, you're all grandparents." 2. I told my grandma I was going to make a pun about her, and she said, "Oh, it better be good, or it's going to be grandma-sly embarrassing." 3. My grandma said she wanted to see a movie, so I suggested The Grandmasters. She said, "Isn't that a movie about chess?" I said, "Well, actually, it's a movie about grandparents who are master martial artists." 4. My grandma loves playing cards, so when I asked her to play Go Fish, she said, "I'd rather play Go Yahtzee." I said, "Well, actually, it's pronounced Go Grandma Z." 5. I asked my grandma if she knew any good recipes, and she said, "Of course, how about Grandma Mo?" I said, "Well, actually, it's guacamole with a grandma twist." 6. My grandma loves telling stories, so I asked her to tell me a fairy tale. She said, "Once upon a time, there was a prince and a princess who lived happily ever after." Broken Barwell. Actually, the princess was a grandma all along. 7. My grandma brewed a special type of tea and told me it was called grandma tea. I said, "Well, actually, it's a blend of herbal tea and wisdom." 8. My grandma said she wanted to start a band, so I suggested the Grandma Paloozas. She said, "Isn't that already a music festival?" I said, "Well, actually, it's a band made up of only grandmas." 9. I asked my grandma if she wanted to go for a walk, and she said, "Sure, just let me grab my walking cane." I said, "Well, actually, it's my grandma cane because it's the perfect accessory for a grandma." 10. My grandma loves gardening, so when I asked her what her favorite flower was, she said, "Grandma dills." I said, "Well, actually, they're daffodils with a touch of grandma magic." 11. I asked my grandma if she wanted to go on a road trip, and she said, "Sure, as long as we stop at all the grandmarkable landmarks." I said, "Well, actually, they're just regular landmarks, but they become grandmarkable when you're with a grandma." 12. My grandma is always doing crossword puzzles, so I asked her for help with a clue. She said, "Oh, I'm great at this, it must be a grand crossword." I said, "Well, actually, it's just a regular crossword, but it becomes grand with a grandma's help." 13. I told my grandma I wanted to bake a cake, and she said, "Great, we can make a grandma roll cake." I said, "Well, actually, it's just a Swiss roll cake, but it becomes a grandma roll when you make it with a grandma." 14. My grandma loves knitting, so I asked her to teach me. She said, "Oh, it's going to be grand needling." I said, "Well, actually, it's just regular knitting, but it becomes grand needling when you're knitting with a grandma." 15. I asked my grandma what her favorite hobby was, and she said, "Oh, definitely grand baking." I said, "Well, actually, it's just regular baking, but it becomes grand baking when a grandma does it." 16. My grandma loves to dance, so when I asked her what dance moves she wanted to learn, she said, "The grand waltz." I said, "Well, actually, it's just the waltz, but it becomes the grand waltz when a grandma dances it." 17. I asked my grandma if she wanted to go swimming, and she said, "Sure, let's do some grand styling." I said, "Well, actually, it's just regular swimming, but it becomes grand style when a grandma does it." 18. My grandma loves playing board games, so when I suggested playing Scrabble, she said, "Oh, let's play a grand babble instead." I said, "Well, actually, it's just Scrabble, but it becomes a grand babble when a grandma plays it. 19. I asked my grandma if she wanted to join a book club, and she said, sure, as long as it's the Grand Reading Club. I said, well, actually, it's just a regular book club, but it becomes the Grand Reading Club when a grandma joins. 20. My grandma loves doing puzzles, so I suggested we do a jigsaw puzzle together. She said, great, let's do a grandsaw puzzle. I said, well, actually, it's just a jigsaw puzzle, but it becomes a grandsaw puzzle when a grandma does it. Punning with grandmamas, breaking the mold YF cliche tilde copyright S1. Grandma always says the apple a day keeps the doctor away, but I think she meant apple pie. 2. You know what they say, a stitch in time saves 9, and a grandma's quilt saves countless memories. 3. Grandma loves to say a penny saved is a penny earned, but she never hesitates to spoil her grandkids with gifts. 4. They say a laughter is the best medicine, and my grandma's jokes are the prescription we all need. 5. Grandma's motto is you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, but you can make an amazing apple pie without breaking a sweat. 6. They say the early bird catches the worm, and grandma is always the first in line for her morning coffee and gossip. 7. Grandma's advice is to take the road less traveled, but she always ends up taking the scenic route. 8. Grandma's cooking is so good that it's out of this world, but sometimes she puts way too much seasoning on things. 9. They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, but when grandma gives you lemons, she'll make a full course meal. 10. Grandma always says the grass is always greener on the other side, but she's the one with the greenest thumb in town. 11. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but grandma will judge a bookshelf by its organization. 12. Grandma believes that the early bird gets the worm, but she's never seen her grandkids trying to sleep in on weekends. 13. They say slow and steady wins the race, but grandma's driving can give a cheat a run for its money. 14. Grandma always says patience is a virtue, but she must have an extra large storage of virtuoso level. 15. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but with grandma's apple pie, it bounces all the way to the neighbor's house. 16. Grandma believes when one door closes, another one opens, but sometimes she forgets to let go of the handle. 17. They say 2 heads are better than 1, but grandma's hairstyle defies the laws of mathematics. 18. Grandma's motto is don't put all your eggs in one basket, but she always ends up buying extra baskets for her egg collection. 19. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but grandma learns to use new technology faster than her grandkids. 20. Grandma believes in the saying a watched pot never boils, but she has a way of making the pot boil faster with just her presence. In conclusion, these 200 plus grandma puns are sure to tickle your funny bone and put a smile on your face. We hope you've had a good laugh and enjoyed this collection of puns. If you're looking for more punny goodness, be sure to check out our other articles on the website. Thank you for taking the time to visit, and we hope you continue to find joy in our pun-filled world.
Oh 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 oh
G
Cameraman, you made me angry. That's it, I'm leaving. R